Hi there, welcome back to Not Another Budget. I'm Nicole, and on this channel I'm attempting to cash budget my way out of debt and fix every year's financial misbehaviour. And if that's something you're interested in following along with, please don't forget to stick around and check out the other content that I've created for you on this channel. Now, December's budget is here, it is ready to go, and therefore on that basis I am moving on to the early stages of planning for January's budget, which is starting on a Monday. The first day of the year is starting on a Monday, and that's incredibly satisfying for me. And it's a 5-week month once again that I need to plan for. And there was also shenanigans last month in terms of, I would say, paying for December's income in terms of a late payday. And therefore what I've decided to go ahead and do, and I alluded to this in my December's budget, is the thing that I know I've got a definite payment date for is my student loan payment. So on that basis, I am going to use that as my monthly income, quote unquote, or certainly a proportion of it, and budget according to when that gets paid in. Therefore, when the £2,000 normal monthly income is due to arrive, it can just arrive in, and then that be treated as this is what I'm going to do any extra saving or debt payoff, etc. with. Now, it's mainly because I don't want to go into January having to unnecessarily make things difficult for myself for the sake of potentially a week apart with money that was going to be lumped in together anyway. Let's try and stick to some regularity, which is I tend to get paid around the 2nd, which is when my student loan income is going in. So let's deal with that, and then the extra 2,000 can just do what it wants to do. I do not anticipate at all either of the payments getting paid early. My jaw would hit the floor if they did, between Christmas and New Year. But if that does happen, then this budget will be amended, and this is very much a first draft of the budget. Now I am recording this at 3 a.m. because it's the day of a funeral and we've got an early start and I can't sleep, so I have no more batch recorded videos. So I managed to batch record Budgetmas for 4 days, and we are now going to be filming daily. So I may not be able to keep to a consistent upload time of the day, but there is certainly will try and be a daily video as much as possible, and it's good for me as well because it's keeping me in the planning mindset, which I definitely need. And it is partly me trying to manage my time really, really well, because my teacher training will become a little bit more intense in January and my time will become a little bit more squeezed. It's also to try and keep me on track, and it's to help me manage my behaviour by forcing me to deep dive into the things that I'm avoiding, like listing, because sometimes I find it, I enjoy the outcome at the end, which is the money in my bank, but I find some of the process quite laborious. I find the steaming of certain clothes to make them presentable, so therefore they might have a chance of selling, quite laborious. I find trying to get the lighting quite laborious. There's a theme here, and I kind of do it for half an hour and then I get very, very bored. But as I said yesterday, and as I think Jerry said in my comments yesterday as well, when the universe tells you that you need to list, you need to list. So yes, I do. So I'll be doing that after this. And at the end of the day, sometimes if you can't sleep, it is worth just getting up and trying to do something rather than just lying there ruminating. So that's what we're doing. Now, this is some people will plan their budgets out like 3 or 4 months in a row in advance. In the past, I have left it to the week before a month is due to start, the day before a month is due to start, the day after a month has started. And what I'm trying to do is actually, if I know what some of the core numbers are, it's worth keeping them in place now. And at the end of the day, if I need to change it, then all I'm doing is working on a spare print out of my budget page from my budget planner, because I always make sure in this ring binder that I have 6 weekly entries, and therefore I've got one spare, so one of those entries is being taken and is being used. Now the month is starting and the year is starting on a Monday, but because it's a bank holiday, the student loan income will get paid on a Tuesday. It's not going to get paid before the bank holiday because we're getting paid by the government, not from student loans. We're not getting paid from a school or an employer. So from the 2nd, we're going to go and populate all of the dates for this. Now, it is quite frustrating that I'm back in school on Wednesday the 3rd, but these things are meant to try us. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 5, 26, 27, 28, 5-week month, 29, 30 days have September, April, June and November. It's okay. Oh, you can't see. Brilliant. That's 30, not 36. 31, 1, 2. Okay. I think I'm going to get my income for February either on Friday the 2nd or it should be Monday the 5th. We're going to take it to Friday the 2nd for now because the weekend no bank payments would be issued. It would be really good if they could have just issued us a payment schedule of when we were anticipating our or when we should anticipate our money to be paid, and I have sent an email asking for a confirmed pay date for January given what has happened in December. I will wait and see if, you know, we get something. So let's move now to, so we can all see there we have a 5-week month. Wonderful. But weirdly, if you're going to have a 5-week month, do it when your student loan payment's due. So we've got, in terms of income, we have got student loan, and there are going to be some shadows. I've got the best of the lighting situation that I can come up with at the minute, short of getting out a lighting box, which I'm not going to do. So student loan income 3681, and then we've got a bursary, and we have also due £2,000 from that, and I'm also anticipating a YouTube payment of, I'm going to say £100, and that is because I can see certain bits of information already. Not going to plot in Vinted. So 5781, but let's just double check. 2,000 plus 3681 plus 100, 5781. I love it when a plan comes together. Now, in terms of standard monthly bills, this is where it is going to change slightly. So I have my rent, which is £8.50, and I have my mobile phone, which is £28. I have removed a couple of add-ons finally, which I didn't realise I'd still kept on there. Well, I did, but I shoved it at the back of my mind in terms of an ever-growing to-do list, and my Wi-Fi is going to go down to £26.99. I have water, which is going to be paid £35. I have energy, so gas and electric, which I pay £100 because I refuse to pay any more. That's my choice. I'm not going to advise anyone to do that. You pay what you can afford with these guys whilst shenanigans are going on. I have YouTube Premium, and I also, because I am a student, I do qualify for student plans on YouTube Premium and Spotify, and those are the core subscriptions that, unless it is an absolute emergency, I've lost my job with no notice, I keep those in as my entertainment subscriptions. I live alone. I have a cat for any kind of new viewers or new arrivals recently, and I don't pay to go out and socialise. There's no dating or going out or eating out fund even. I don't eat out. It's a very rare thing. So what I do is I keep these in, and that is enough entertainment for me. And I also have a rejoin offer for Now TV for £2.99. So I keep those in, and as I say, would it be a true emergency in terms of no income, like drastically limited, no job on the horizon, I would scrap those. We've got AA, which I'm going to try and see if I can take out annually, but I have a feeling I won't be able to do anything about that one. I have car tax, and I mean it's only £10.50 a month, but I'm trying to take this opportunity in January to try and shift as many of my bills over to annual payments, whilst I've got the disposable income sitting there to do that. to basically free up my cash flow for February going forward. And we can see, based on how much the cat is probably costing me alone, I had to do I've got a Amazon basket with like 130 quid's worth of cat food and a cat treat in, and the cat treat is the cheapest thing in there. Yeah, that's a thing. So what have I got? Car tax, 15.75. I've got AA, which is that. Let's just quickly go back to just have a quick look. Is there anything else? Pet insurance and cloud storage, which is Google. I use Google for cloud storage, and at the minute that's $159. I'm hoping I don't have to put it up. If I do, it will go to $249. And I've got pet insurance, which again I might try and see if I can move over to annually. In fact, I'm going to put it as annual, and his premiums have gone up, and I'm going to say, yeah, let's just try and look at annual. I will either look and see if his existing provider will let me move over to an annual payment. They're one of the newer kind of insurance providers, so they might have that facility in place. If not, I will move it over to an annual just so that it's paid, and I will also therefore increase his coverage as well, based on November using half of his coverage nearly. So let's just budget in $250 for that, and then let's just put annual car insurance. And that, I know there's a shadow there, guys, sorry about that, and let's just say that is going to be £600 as well. So $850, and that's better. Yeah, $850 and $28 and $26.99 and $35 and $100 and $7.99 and $5.99, $2.99, £10.50 and $15.75, $1.59 and $2.50 and $600, $1,934.80. Okay. So the £2,000 bursary payment has essentially been taken, but what I'm therefore doing is, it's going to be cheaper for me overall to pay for these payments annually if I can. I'll be saving at least £120 a year on my car insurance because I've always paid monthly, and it's also going to be taking, I think I did the maths once, and if those both come off my budget, it's £86.18 a month I'll be getting back monthly into my budget by doing it this way. So it's taking advantage of that initial outlay to do those things. Sinking funds. Okay. No, let's go to debt. So we've got the guarantor and we have the council tax. That is an overpayment. No, that is an underpayment that was calculated in 21-22, and the under calculation they finally just worked out. So that is for me to clear. That is 74850. So we've got, let's just reverse engineer this. Take 19. Now I want to clarify this and say that January's budget is an exceptional budget. It is not going to be the norm, so it's just trying to do the main things that you need to do. So 3,097.70 once I factored in the council tax. Let's then do where are my other numbers? That's frustrating. I did a big long debt sheet once and it might have to change. Okay, let's fix the council tax in for now. The guarantor minimum, let's just say, not quite sure what the cat's doing, but he's doing something. Let's just say we're going to put £500 to the guarantor. It may be more. that is my biggest single debt, so I'm trying to chunk that down as much as possible, whilst I can. And again, I'm probably doing this slightly out of whack in terms of order, because what I could have probably done with doing is actually updating my debt list and getting rid of the debts that I'd paid off, and the ones that I'd confirmed didn't exist anymore, because I was able to confirm over the weekend that 2 of them don't exist. Okay, right, it's fine. And obviously then I've had to add in temporarily 798, because I've got £50 that I'm paying in December. I've got to add that in as well temporarily, which I'm going to do, because it'll be a debt that's paid off. And also because it's council tax, it kind of jumps to the very top of the pile. That is why this is being paid, because I don't really need these guys on my back. The flexible, okay, so it's a 5-week month. I'm having at the minute to estimate £50 a week for food. That is because of my own dietary restrictions, joy of joys. Ordinarily, I would say for a single person like me, £30 to £40 a week, depending on A, what supermarkets you can access, and B, your own kind of needs is more than reasonable, but my dietary restrictions dictate slightly more now. Wonderful. So I'm going to say food is £250. Fuel, because we are back in on the 3rd, fuel is also going to be £250. So it's £500 gone already. That was 2597. And let's just take 500. Okay, cat. Let's come back to the cat. Household, let's take the opportunity to maybe January needs to be about stocking up, so that actually I can have more cash flow back in my budget for March and February, I want to say. Maybe April as well. No, April I've got another payment coming in. Okay, maybe this needs, well, I'm not doing my big stock up in December because I can't justify it, so that's £50 gone. Let's go with, I can't remember any of my categories. Let's go just dump down to sinking funds for a little bit. I'm going to put some money away for my birthday, and let's just do that straight away. Mum and Dad's birthday. So we've got my birthday, and also we've got Father's Day and Mother's Day as well, so that's £200 for mine, and let's do £150. Okay, let's do let's do cat emergency, because I'm now going to have 2 emergency funds, I think. Let's do cat emergency 500. Let's do my emergency fund. Being 500. Let's stock up on cat stuff. So let's get 2 months worth of cat food. Let's go with, so that's going to be £200 for the cat food, and let's say £130 for the meds. So let's say £330 for the cat, and that is, we're just going to put times 2 months cat food. Let's bulk stock up on that. Let's go with spending. What am I going to do with that? See, my gut is very much going like, buy yourself a treat, because there's a lot going on here. Like, buy yourself like something that you've wanted for a while, and I don't know whether that is because I am, it's a funeral day, so obviously there's a little bit of emotion going on, and equally like just managing behavior. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put spending as 150, so slightly larger than normal. It is a 5-week month. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have unallocated so far 21779, and that is December the 5th, 2023. Okay, that is also because I need to go through and update my debt list, so I may be able to clear some of the smaller ones from there. I'm not doing an extended debt snowball in December with everything I've got going on with regards to the cat and my own cash flow. I just don't want to overstretch myself too far, so let's just do leave that stray 200 in there somewhere. It will be eventually allocated a thing, but I just need to, I think, A, get the debt list done, B, update my sinking fund list, and then C, have a bit of a clearer idea of what therefore is going on with regards to that. And it may be that actually I do sit there and go, yeah, I am gonna buy myself this thing that I have seen. I'm not 100% sure yet. I'm going to leave it there for now. This is kind of this is how you revamp a budget. I'm now quite comfortable with, or I would say more comfortable than I was with regards to what my numbers are looking like, and just the impact of a 5-week month means that, you know, there's instantly an extra £100, £150, I would say, onto your flexible spending before you even start. And yes, there are some abnormal things that are going to be going on in this month's budget. You'll notice that there's nothing allocated for a house move at all. Anything in terms of the cat emergency and my emergency, that would have been where that £1,000 would have gone. What I am going to do in January is start reaching out to my letting agent and trying to get a feel for, you know, is this house going to potentially go on the market? Is the landlord happy to stay with a tenant, with the same tenant, i.e. me, even if there's a rent increase? If there's a rent increase, what are they thinking of? And just get that information. I think it can't hurt to ask the question. And certainly when it then comes to, because any teaching jobs that are really going to be starting in September, that's mainly when I'm going to be applying in the January, February area. So it's always, I think, useful to ask the question. In fact, I may just go ahead and send that email today. Why not just add to my emotional load? Let's see. On that note, I'm going to see you tomorrow for Budgetmas day 6, and I'm going to attempt to get through the day. I don't know if it's a good thing or not. I'll be seeing family that I've not seen for about a year or so, which is always lovely to see them in person despite the circumstances. So and rather lovely because my godmother and my aunt is a Anglican vicar. She is actually conducting the service, which is lovely, so it will definitely have a personal touch. I'm going to now go and get ready for the day because we are leaving. It's 2.5 hours to get there, 2.5 hours to get back. The man liked living by the seaside, and we're not anywhere near the seaside where we live. So yeah, I'm going to get going. Have a wonderful budgeting day wherever you are in the world. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, leave those down below. If you have any thoughts, obviously at the minute this is a really early draft stage, so if I decide not to act in on any of your thoughts, please don't take it personally. But yeah, what would you do? Do you feel like at the minute doing the initial outlay to move some bills over to annual and taking that kind of monthly relief away and stocking up here and saving here and paying there? What are your thoughts about that? Let me know down in the comments below. As always, keep them kind and respectful. Even if I'm doing something you wouldn't do, there's no need to be, you can always convey your opinion in a perfectly respectful way. On that note, I'm going to love you and leave you, and bye bye for now.